Hey, welcome to this little 3090 teardown slash info guide here. First, to do a thermal pad replacement on this and a thermal upgrade, you'll want to take off all of the screws. So I've laid them in order of appearance, haha, there. And the difference between the 80 and the 90 is the VRAM on the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrub this off and we're going to cut some gelid pads to size. This is the 1.5 millimeter, and these are a little bit better than the stock. So use some rubbing alcohol, woohoo, and get those scrubbed off, get those VRAMs all cleaned up, and then those are just exactly where we're going to put those. So everywhere there was a thermal pad is going to have a new thermal pad. One little trick a friend told me is take some low-grade thermal paste and sandwich that between the VRAM and the pad, and then sandwich it again between the pad and the copper heat pipe. That'll give you some good thermal transfer. You can use your expensive stuff, or you can just put a little tiny dot of the cheap stuff. Okay, I'm gonna use my expensive stuff over here though. Once you crack it open, you'll notice there's actually two black screws here. Don't forget those two, all right? Once you get it open, you'll see the die and you'll see sort of the heat transfer plate. This is the main issue here on the Dell series graphics cards. You need to get these stickers off, and you need to get those really clean with isopropyl alcohol. That's the main reason why your VRAMs are too hot on these cards. So this one I bought from someone. I'm probably going to take a toothbrush and just clean this up with isopropyl alcohol, and then I'm going to take my Cryonaut, and I'm going to put a big amount here on the internal heat spreader. But then I'm also going to go along here on this aluminum plate. This is, although it looks like plastic, that is actually aluminum, and that plate makes transfer here, makes contact there. So to get this to perform optimally, you'll want to have paste here and here, and ideally you're going to want to shoot for some high conductivity paste. That's why I like Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut. It's about 12 watts per meter Kelvin, whereas if you buy this stuff from Best Buy, you're looking at I think it's like 5 or 6. Okay, don't quote me on that, but get something that's going to transfer that heat really well. Once you got that put together, go ahead and throw the card back together, and you might also consider one of these. This is an aluminum piece from coolmygpu.com, and that's pretty cool. This is sort of like advanced level, so don't get into this stuff if you don't know what you're doing, but I like these because it's already kind of pre-cut, and that will go underneath this aluminum plate. So I've done one of those. This is just held in place by contact, basically a thermal pad with good adhesion. This aluminum plate comes off, this whole thing. Underneath there you have a big cleanup job with the thermal paste, but once that's done, this goes on something like that. I can't recall exactly, but I think it's something like that with a little bit of thermal paste on each side. And the aluminum does a good job of transferring the heat over to this piece of aluminum, which transfers it to this and out. So consider copper shims or aluminum things if you are a pro. Don't consider it if you are not a pro. That involves getting some Kapton tape and getting your hands really messy and a lot of sweat and time. So the most basic fix, this is going to get you down to a reasonable range if you just do this. But if you want the more advanced and you are, a tinkerer, consider that. Take care, guys. That's all for today. God bless. There you go, the gelid pads ready to go. If you want to see the thermal improvement on this mod, I have a 3080 video where I did something pretty similar, and the results are basically the same. So anyway, take care. Hope that helps.